Okay, let me set a scene for you. You have an old laptop or computer that you don't know what to do with. That device, say, has about 100 gigabytes of storage or more, and you have a couple hours of spare time that you were going to use anyways binging videos, but now you can do it into doing a DIY. That's right. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create and deploy a Linux server that can be accessed anywhere around your network, and to be honest, if you wanted to, anywhere around the world. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you end up enjoying this video anytime during the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the bell's notifications icon so that you never miss one of my other videos. It would really help me out a lot. Also, if you smash that like button, we really want to damage the like button permanently, like the HTML image just, not HTML, the image just breaks. I don't know why I say HTML image, that's completely inaccurate, but yeah. Also in the description below, there is my Discord server and Twitter. Don't forget to check those out. I post regularly in my Twitter. And in my Discord server, I'm working on my own bot called Vlad Assistant. Be sure to check that out. Now, on with the video. Okay, so what are you gonna need for this video? You're actually gonna need quite a bit of stuff. Not too much, just some stuff you'll find around the home if you do want to do this project. So, firstly, obviously, you're gonna want an old laptop that you don't care about. It doesn't have to be old, but you know, this is a laptop that you're fine with it running 24/7 or as long as you want the server to be up running for. Yeah, so that device should have over 100 gigabytes. That's my personal recommendation, or a server will have little use. This old laptop that I have here, it's actually been like refurbished a bit by me, spray painted cover, added an SSD, changed the RAM. So it's gonna be good for this purpose. Make sure to back up everything from that laptop too, because we're gonna be like wiping the hard drive, okay? Now you're gonna need a flash drive. This is not an SD card, don't worry, or micro SD card. This is a flash drive, which I just shrunk, but you could use any flash drive. Make sure it has about, I think about 8 gigs of storage. I know it could be like 2 gigs, but I personally usually use just a 16 gigabyte flash drive for tutorials. So anything else we'll need, oh yeah, you might want to use an Ethernet cord, because if your setup for Wi-Fi does not work while set up, it's a hassle to go back and then try to reset it up. I personally just wipe the hard drive when Wi-Fi didn't work, and I can plug in the Ethernet. So if you have the possibility to use Ethernet, use that. It's gonna be more stable and prevent you from interruptions. So like prevent some interruptions. Some like power outage will still obviously not keep it protected, but still. So that's basically it. Also, obviously, you're gonna need quite some time for this. We're making a whole server, come on. There's a lot of setting up to do, so if you want to do it correctly, I recommend making sure you are not rushed through, that you have some time in your hands, that you can do this. So yeah, let's start with the steps. Now you are all ready, you know what you need. Let's start with first step, which is obviously going to be downloading the ISO file for our operating system, which today will be Ubuntu server. I forgot the exact name, but it's like Ubuntu server. Links will be in the description below for 64-bit and 86-bit, or 86 you could also call 32-bit. But so you got to make sure you know the architecture of your computer. If you don't know if it's 64-bit or 32-bit, you can usually find that in system information in Windows, settings in Mac, and also settings in Linux, I guess, or terminal. So you really want to know what architecture you're working with, as if you use an incompatible architecture, this won't work. And you're going to have to re-download the ISO file. So links will be in the description below. Then after that, you will actually have to burn the ISO. Sorry, this is so uncomfortable. Oh gosh. Sorry, this is so uncomfortable. This, like, I don't know if this. Okay. So the next step would be to actually burn the ISO file or the operating system onto a flash drive, like we said before, for what kind of flash drive. So you for every operating system, it's a quite different procedure. For Windows, you can use Rufus or Etcher. For Mac, you can use the terminal. And for Linux, you can also use terminal. For every operating system, I'll leave some tutorials in description below. Now, I know I'm just like saying description below, and not actually showing it. It's just I already have this prepared, and for these two steps, it might actually take a bit of time. And it's like the kind of steps that are easy to follow and kind of generic. But like this operating system setup, which and booting into the operating system, that's what I'm gonna show right now. And then after that, I'll show setup and how to SSH, and then just do all of that. Maybe not SSH in this tutorial, because that might be a bit too complex, but we'll see. So we have our device here. Let me just re-angle the tripod here so that you guys can see the device. Come on, nice and easy. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop this video and I'll be right back with some editing magic. Okay, so now we have our device open. Okay, thank gosh, after approximately 5 minutes of stressing out, I thought I did something wrong. Luckily, I didn't, and I didn't mess up completely. So here you will see the user interface. It's not the fanciest, but trust me, throughout the ages, it actually did improve. 32-bit, you're gonna have a different setup than 64-bit. I'm sorry, 32-bit's just been discontinued, so it's gonna be a different operating system, because you're gonna be falling back from the dates to a different version of Ubuntu server. So now what you wanna do is you wanna select your language. Automatically it chose English for me. Hit enter. Basically, you want to use the arrows and enter. So that's the two important keys for today. So, very reliable, right? So we can see we have a stable ping and we are good. So we can do something like Control C to get out of it. I don't know if it goes non-stop forever until you cancel it, but I know that's how it is for Crush or the Chromebook's version of Terminal. So anyways, now what we're gonna do, if you canceled out of the updates and upgrades, I recommend you still do this. Sudo apt dash, hyphen get updates. Now it's gonna ask for your password because it's a sudo command. Okay, there we go. So it's sudo apt get update. All of the commands will be in the description below or in my blog, which will be linked down in the description too. Yeah, description. Yeah. Okay. So now it's just gonna be, so it appears that it has updated, so we're gonna reboot later. Now what we are gonna do is sudo apt get dist upgrade. I think it was, forgot a hyphen, just remembered. So sudo apt get dist, distro for short, distribution I mean, hyphen upgrade. Okay, there we go. So it's now upgrading. So it is going to say all the stuff that needs to be updated. So we're going to hit Y and then enter. All right, so now that it is finished upgrading, it took a bit of time, but now it's done. We're going to do command sudo space reboot. All right, so that we can make sure everything from the updates and upgrades loaded through, so that it actually took action, right? So now it is booting through. You can see all that text. It looks kind of cool, but trust me, everything is good. Except for when here you might see a fail. Everything here looks like it's okay. If you have a fail here, that means you may have changed the system file and it may have messed up. And if you see it immediately, like after setup, make sure your internet's connected. And if it's still not working, you may have to reinstall, and the install is just messed up, right? So yeah, it's doing its loading, even though it says one server like TTY1. Just let it do its thing. Let's do its thing. Now we did sudo space reboot. We're gonna actually have to modify some settings so that we can actually use this on, actually like add this up. So, but before we do that, we can actually do some other stuff, but just try using your username and password right now. I know it's not so beneficial, like the best idea, but okay. So we are logged in. We can see we have 0 updates to be installed, and 0 of them are security updates. So now what we want to do is we want to choose an IP address in our local area network that is not in use. So I'm going to show you how to choose a IP address that is not used by any other device. And this is actually really simple. So remember that ping command we used to ping Google's server, but today we're going to use it to ping IP addresses, other IP addresses, but in our local area network. So this means that if you log into a different internet connection, then you won't see these, right? Because this server at this point is only for this network only. We're not opening port 80 because there are some security risks involved, and I kind of don't want to risk that. There's also right here the IP address it is using right now. So we could do ping, for example. So we could do ping this IP address if you want this IP address, but obviously it's showing a ping because this is, what was it called again? It's the gateway. So this is actually the gateway to log into your internet. It's either 192.168.0.1 or 1.1. So for me, it's the 192.168.1.1. So yeah. So we're gonna want to keep this in mind. And also, you know what? Just for fun, we could ping this to 192.168.1.9. And we can see we have a connection. Obviously, it's really fast because we're pinging to ourselves. So 1.9. So just keep on remembering that command, because now we're gonna go modify some documents, right? Hey there, it's Editing Vlad here. I was in a process of editing this, and I was gonna time-lapse this, although there is something I'd like you to show. So it took me a long time so that I can even get some files set up completely. It took me a long time because I thought I did something wrong and I messed it up. In the end, theoretically, I did, but still. So yeah, it took me over. If you look at the timeline, it took me a bit of time. So yeah, I also did an upgrade on the operating system too. So that took a lot of time. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm not showing you an extra 20 minutes of wasted time. Honestly, those 20 minutes, basically an overview. I changed some files, added some new settings so that the IP address was static and our gateway was identified. I updated the operating system with a different command. What else is there? That's basically it. That was 20 minutes. So yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the end of the video. Why? Well, there wasn't much that happened interesting after that. I tried logging in. Then I tried connecting from a different device, hoping that might work. Sadly, it didn't, and every time I kept on popping up with a lot of errors. I tried the other tricks that I used when I was making a different server. Sadly, none of my tricks worked, so this is going to be part 1 out of part 2 while I continue to troubleshoot this. In conclusion, what can we take out of this? It was a massive fail. It was, you know what people call a waste of time? Yeah, that's basically it. But it's a waste of time on camera. That's quality. No, it's not. So yeah, that was kind of a fail for a day. But I want to get a video out of it at least. I wish I could have made a tutorial for you guys, but just so many stuff went wrong. It took too long. Stuff went wrong. I couldn't connect to the server. My phone ran out of storage, so I'm, running on barely any storage right now. So, yeah, part 2 is gonna come out soon, hopefully. Yeah, for now, this is it. See you guys later. If you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the bell's notifications icon and check out the description for all the commands I used, my Discord, my Twitter. Everything is in the description. So don't forget to check that out. And with that, sayonara. See you later.